Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so thrilled to have you at the Texas Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institutions, but we'll be around for the entire session to answer any questions you have. My name is Jeannie, and I'll be your facilitator. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. First, your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use that Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You don't have to wait until a certain institution is presenting to ask your questions. If you have questions for any and all of our presenters today, go ahead and use that Q&A button. This is one of many different sessions taking place, so make sure and check out the schedule on the website. And then this presentation is being recorded along with all of the others and will be available at strivescan.com/Texas. I'll put that link in the chat for you, but now we're going to get started. Kicking us off today, I'm going to turn it over to the University of Texas at Austin. Take it away.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so I have my presentation up here. So welcome to the University of Texas at Austin. My name is Mrs. Michelle Edwards, and I serve as the Senior Program Coordinator of Transfer Admissions. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. So just in case, as you know, the presentation is 6 minutes. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to contact us within our main admissions office. And then we also have our transfer admissions, and I'll drop that in the chat later on. So why UT? So UT Austin, we do have over 13 colleges with over 170 fields of study. So as you begin to explore your prospective major, I highly recommend that you do explore our Wayfinder website at wayfinder.utexas.edu. And this allows you to look at that prospective major because on your application, you will be required to select a first choice and a second choice major. Now, what I love about our Wayfinder website is that not only do you get to explore the degree plans, but it also lists the type of skills and what prospective candidate that they're looking for, which is very beneficial for our prospective students. Now, for our students, so I like to say that UT Austin is a fairly extra large institution. And so we do have over 51,000 students with over 40,000 undergraduate students representing over 165 counties in the state of Texas, all 50 states, and most importantly, over 120 countries. Now, for our academic excellence, UT Austin is the #1 institution in the state of Texas. We are number 14 in the nation and number 36 in the world. So on our campus, I always get the question, well, it is a fairly extra large institution. So what are your classroom experience going to be like? So although we are fairly large, we still have that intimate feel within your classroom. So we do have an 18-to-1 students to faculty ratio. And about 60% of your classes are going to include 30 or fewer students. And we are really proud about our rates. And so we have our percentage at 55.8%, which is our 3-year transfer graduation rate. And then also 80.3% for our 5-year graduation rate. So it's extremely high. And within the average GPA, it is about 3.75 for our transfer students. Now, as you begin exploring on your application process, you can go to our admissions.utexas.edu on our website and explore the admissions checklist, and the transfer breakdown is available for you. And so most importantly, so whenever you're going through the application process, and we'll dive into that in just a sec, is that after you complete your application, you will have your My Status portal. Now, I like to tell my students, your My Status portal is going to be your best friend along the way. So make sure that you're regularly checking that because that's where you find out if you have additional requirements, if you have any financial aid awards available, appeals decisions, if you apply for honors, housing, etc. It will be available for you as well. And then you also have the opportunity to upload your transcripts, or if you have a letter of recommendation, you can use that status as well. Now for the transfer admissions process. So with the transfer admissions process defined, you must of course have graduated high school, you're currently enrolled in a college beyond your high school graduation, and then you have a minimum requirement of 24 transferable credit hours, either completed or in progress. Of course, within that 0 to 23 transfer credits, it's not necessarily going to be eligible. However, again, if you're actively enrolled, that will apply to that 24 credit hours, then you can use that as well. Now for the transfer application deadlines, so for the summer and fall admissions process, the deadline is always going to be March 1st. And then the spring deadline is going to be October 1st. So please be sure that you do complete that. In addition, if you're interested in our continuing and transfer student scholarship application, that deadline is always going to be March 15th, and you can explore our scholarship opportunities within our onestop.utexas.edu on our webpage. Now for your transfer application, you have two options. You can use the Apply Texas or the Coalition for College. The only difference between the two, of course, State of Texas for Apply Texas, and then Coalition for College, you can apply for institutions outside of the state. Now for your application materials, you're going to be required to submit, of course, that application, your transcripts, including all of the colleges that you have attended, and that's also going to include the dual credit hours. You'll have your essay, your statement of purpose, and also it is optional for your resume. If you wanted to add in, like, let's say some different research, anything like that, but you will have the requirement for the resume. And then you also have any prerequisites for that prospective major that you're interested in. Optional, again, is going to be the letters of recommendation, additional essays. Let's say if you have any research, any thesis, anything like that that you want to provide, you can provide that as well. Now for the document upload system, this will be available on your My Status portal. So again, you can submit those resumes or letter of recommendation, anything like that. However, it is preferred for you to submit any application materials within that via mail or hand delivery. Now, just to cover this quickly, we do have our available applications by semester. So if you are a Screenshot pro, highly recommend that you will screenshot this, because these are only the majors that will allow only fall entry as well as the spring entry. So do take that into consideration based on those prospective majors. Now, just to quickly cover this as well. So we have our COA, our cost of attendance. So if you're a Texas resident or a non-Texas resident, you see that there is a range between the tuition and required fees. Reason being is that it's solely based on that prospective major or that college that you're interested in. Everything else is typically the same for your room and board, transportation, books and supplies, miscellaneous things like that. It's pretty much that calculation as well. And so that's just to keep that in mind. If you want to have your set calculator, please again go to that onestop.utexas.edu and you can calculate your overall cost of attendance based on your prospective major in your college. Now for the Texas Advanced Commitment, this is a recently installed program. And so how it works is that for our incoming freshman transfer students, if you or your parents make $65,000 or less, then your tuition is fully covered. If your parents or yourself make up to $125,000 or less, then there's some type of tuition support. If you want to learn more about this, you can go to our texasadvanced.utexas.edu. Thank you so much. And if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and hook 'em horns.
Thank you so much, University of Texas at Austin. All right, great presentation to get us started. We're going to keep moving now and hear from the University of Texas at San Antonio. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Clarissa de la Fuente, Senior Transfer Specialist with the University of Texas at San Antonio. As your transfer specialist, we serve to be, your connection to the university. So if you have any questions, please feel free to connect with us at future.edu, utsa.edu/counselors, and anyone on my team will be able to assist you with any questions you may have. So again, just feel free to connect with us whenever you have a question. We do have 4 main campuses, 2 being academic. The main campus located on our north side of San Antonio is across Alcantara, Six Flags, and some cool other venues right next door. And then our downtown campus is our other academic campus. And that's my favorite campus because I'm housed there, and it's right across, the Market Square, and the Riverwalk is a short walking distance as well. And then we have our 2 other campuses that are non-academic, but again, still provide some information to our students and some resources to our students. Now, UTSA was established in 1969 and is turning 53 years old this year, so we're excited about that. We serve a little over 34,000 students, and 41% of the population is transfer students. We're very proud that this past February, the Carnegie Classification of Institutions of Higher Education did designate UTSA as R1 or otherwise known Tier 1 institution. So we're excited about that. 4 UTSA recipients, our highest ever, were awarded the Goldwater Scholarship, in which only 400 are awarded nationally. And UTSA was the only Texas university to receive 4 awards, with other universities topping out at 2 awards. In addition to many other resources that UTSA provides, our transfer and transition student success services and our first generation and transfer student center are resources geared towards transfer student population. And again, our transfer and transition student success services assist both prospective and current transfer students with more in-depth type of advising. So what does it take to get into UTSA? There are 2 guaranteed admissions. If you have 30 hours or more, guaranteed admissions is a minimum 2.25 transfer GPA. If you are transferring between 12 to 29 hours, guaranteed admissions is a minimum 2.75 transfer GPA. If you don't quite meet that, you can certainly still come in if you meet the minimum requirements of a 2.25 transfer GPA, but now you have to meet freshman requirements. And the same thing if you are transferring below 12 hours. You need a 2.25 transfer GPA, and you also must meet freshman requirements. Do note that dual credit courses and work in progress do not count towards transfer coursework. So again, reach out to us if you have any questions about the admissions process and requirements. Admissions deadlines are fast approaching. You can see them on here. I always say take a screenshot of this and have them in there, put reminders on your phone. Our summer and one is 2022 is May 1st, and our fall 22 is July 1st. And our summer 23 and spring 23 are going to be up and running. So again, take a screenshot of this, but July 1st is for every fall semester, and May 1st is for every summer semester, and November 15th is for every spring semester. So how do you apply? Very simple. You submit an application on either the Apply Texas or the Common App. You do have to pay a $70 application fee. We do not have a fee waiver for our transfer students. And you have to submit official transcripts from every college institution that you've attended, every single one. And for those that do need to meet the freshman requirements, you also have to submit an official high school transcript. Some of our majors do have more specific requirements, and I encourage you to visit our Future Roadrunner website to review those requirements, and you're going to see some of them on the screen as they're additionally always being updated. And again, these are just some of the programs that do have more specific requirements that you would have to meet. We also have some merit-based scholarships for our students. 3 specific scholarships that are available is we have our Distinguished Transfer Scholarship, and that one does not require a separate application. That is based on your admission application, and what we're looking for is that you have a 3.8 transfer GPA and you're a Texas resident with more than 24 hours. We also have our Phi Theta Kappa Scholarship and our Joint Admission Scholarship. Our Phi Theta Kappa Scholarship, again, is available to any students that have a 3.0 and are currently in Phi Theta Kappa and must show proof of that. And then our Joint Admission Scholarship is specifically for our Alamo College students, and you need to transfer in with a 3.0, a minimum of 24 hours. And again, priority deadlines are important when it comes to scholarships. So if you're wanting to apply for scholarships, it's really important that you meet the priority deadlines for both the fall and spring semesters. We also have our Transfer Honors College admission, and that is by invitation only, and it is based on your application. And we're looking for a 3.8 transfer GPA with a minimum of at least 12 transfer required hours with no more than 45. And so again, it is by invitation only. If you get that invitation, I highly recommend you meet with us or you meet with Honors College to see all the great benefits that you can get while you're on campus. Our transfer credit calculator is a great tool. It's the #1 tool. The question we get asked all the time, how do our transfer credits transfer to UTSA, but more importantly, how they apply to your degrees, right? And so this is a free tool. It's available 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can use it anytime. You simply are going to select your major, you're going to enter your schools, the courses, your grades, and it's going to generate information for you to be able to print out in PDF. And just really quickly, we do have over 180 programs and majors, and some of those programs, 3 of them are available to UTSA online. And lastly, if you would like to visit our campus, we are having a UTSA open house on April 9th from 11 to 3 coming up and next week. So come visit us at campus. And again, if you have any more questions, visit us on our Future Roadrunner website. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, University of Texas at San Antonio. We're going to keep going now, and we're going to hear from Texas State University. We are ready whenever you are.
Great. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. Hi there, everybody. My name is Laura Barra. I'm the Austin Regional Manager for Texas State University. I've been with Texas State for 3.5 years, loved every minute of it, worked with hundreds of transfer students in that time. We are actually all able to work with transfer students in our admissions office. So if you want to find your counselor, definitely go to our website to find us. But first of all, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Texas State. So for those of you that are familiar with Texas State, typically you'll think of our San Marcos campus. That's where we were originally founded in 1899 as a teachers college. We are still a top producer of educators in Texas today, but now we offer almost 100 undergraduate majors in 10 different colleges. We do have 2 campuses. We have one in San Marcos and one in Round Rock, Texas. If you're interested in going to the Round Rock, Texas campus, make sure that they have your degree plan and make sure that you're finished with all your 1,000 and 2,000 level coursework because they only offer junior and senior level coursework there. Our fall 2020 total enrollment was 37,812, and I actually saw an updated number that for 2021, that was around 38,000, which I think was pretty exciting. So a little bit about our transfer or about our student population rather. So we are ranked nationally number 14 for transfer students. But in terms of our entire student body, 55% of our students do self-identify as ethnic minorities. Our students come from all 50 states and 74 different nations. So folks come from literally all over the world and the United States to come to Texas State University. 46% of our students are first generation students, and we are also considered a Hispanic serving institution. And we actually graduate more Hispanic students than 97% of public universities do in Texas, which is pretty cool. 80% of our graduates are working or continuing education 1 year after graduating. I think this is a testament to all the support services that we have on our campus, from the first year programming that we have from freshman students to also the transfer mentoring that we have for our transfer students, career services, and more. So Texas State does consist of 10 different colleges. The first are going to be the 8 undergraduate academic colleges. So we have the College of Applied Arts, which is home to our award-winning, nationally recognized online social work program. That's actually one of our only social work programs that we have online. The McCoy College of Business, which is AACSB accredited, which is going to be an accreditation given to only 5% of business schools in the world. Our College of Education, like I mentioned, we were originally a producer of teachers. We are still a top producer of educators today. We actually offer over 24 teaching certifications over a number of our majors. If you're interested in learning more about that, definitely visit our website. We also have our College of Fine Arts and Communication. All of our performing arts programs are ranked top 20 in the country. And we also have excellent opportunities for our students who are in communications or in digital media innovation, journalism, to be involved in things like our student radio, student newspaper, student TV station, and more. We also have the College of Health Professions, which is going to be home to our St. David's School of Nursing. It's ranked number 1 in Texas. We have almost 100% job placement, and we do have 100% passing rates on the NCLEX RN exams since 2016, so for the past several years. Our College of Liberal Arts is home to our classical areas of study. One of the more large programs or larger programs we have there is going to be psychology, which we do also offer up at that Round Rock campus. And we actually have over 1,900 students in that program alone. We offer both the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and the Bachelor's of Science, so you do have a lot of options at Texas State. The College of Science and Engineering is always growing. About 3 years ago, we added the civil engineering degree, and this year we're actually adding manufacturing engineering. Mechanical engineering. It's not eligible to transfer into mechanical engineering this year, but if you're interested in a couple of years, definitely check back. University College is going to be home to the general studies degree plan. And then of course, we also have our honors college and graduate college as well, where our master's and doctoral students are. Another program that's worth mentioning is going to be in the College of Applied Arts. We do have a bachelor's of applied arts and sciences. And so sometimes my transfer students do have quite a few technical credits. This is a way to make good use of those technical credits if you are transferring to an institution like Texas State. A little bit about the Honors College. There's all sorts of benefits that are with that. I think one of the biggest ones is going to be the honors thesis opportunity to do research as an undergraduate student and hopefully get published. Our Honors College students also do get early registration, which is a really cool opportunity. You've already known this. You've been in the college setting. You know that those sections can get a little bit competitive. So that's a really great opportunity that our Honors College students have as well. So if you're wanting to graduate with honors, or if you're wanting to have an honors minor, I definitely recommend applying to the Honors College alongside your Texas State application. It does require at least a 3.25 transferable GPA for admission. So one of the things you've probably heard about is that it's really important to get involved. We do have a lot of student involvement opportunities at Texas State. We have over 400 student organizations that you can get involved in. We do have Bobcat Build, which is a large service project we do on our campus, dozens of intramural leagues, tournaments, and esports, 35 sports clubs, and 16 D1 sports teams as well. A little bit about transfer admission standards. Transfer admission is going to depend on how many transferable credit hours you have. So once you've graduated from high school and you've earned 1 to 15 transferable credit hours, we're looking for a 2.0 cumulative undergraduate GPA with also meeting the freshman admission standards. And once you have 16 to 29 transferable hours, we're looking for at least a 2.5 cumulative GPA. And with 30 or more, we're looking for at least a 2.25 cumulative GPA. There are some programs that do have limited access. So like McCoy College of Business, there are some certain courses that you may have to have completed in a certain GPA. There are audition required for music, musical theater, and acting and dance. And then of course we have some majors that are pre-majors that involve another application if you're wanting to come in as like a junior or senior. So things like nursing and those kinds of things. Our priority date for this fall actually just got extended to August 1st. So you have until then to apply. You're just going to do your transfer application at goapplytexas.org, pay the application fee, and make sure we get all of your college or university transcripts. I do recommend, reaching out to our office. Sorry, I'm kind of flying by all this. I do recommend reaching out to our office if you have any questions about kind of the things we didn't get to talk about today, or if you want to learn more about what credits are going to transfer for you and all of that. So thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Texas State University. It is not easy for these institutions to pack all this information in 6 minutes. You all are doing a fantastic job. We're going to keep going now, and we're going to hear from the University of Incarnate Word. We are ready whenever you are.
Hi, thank you so much. All right, I'm just going to share my screen with y'all. All righty. Awesome. Well, welcome. My name is Ali. I'm one of the transfer and graduate counselors here at the University of the Incarnate Word. So today, I just kind of want to talk to you about all the resources and opportunities that UIW has for you. So first off, a little bit about us. We were founded in 1881 by the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word, who came to San Antonio to help with an epidemic of cholera, so another pandemic, and they ended up creating and establishing the first hospital here in San Antonio, known as Santa Rosa Infirmary. And so, fun fact, we are the largest Catholic university in Texas. We have over 90 undergraduate programs, minors, and concentrations, yet we still maintain that small school feel for y'all. And also, so most universities our size have about 40, maybe 50 undergraduate programs, but we know there are so many different careers out there for you. So we wanted to give y'all as many options as possible. So UIW is located in the heart of San Antonio. However, our campus spreads across the globe. We have a large study abroad program. We have over 120 sister schools in over 40 countries. So when I say all over the world, I do mean it. So kind of to go back to our undergraduate programs, we have 6 different schools, and those are anywhere from our College of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences, where you'll have your majors like art. You'll also have music therapy, theater arts, psychology, and many more. We also have our Durbin School of Education for my future educators. We have several different certifications, including all levels, secondary, and elementary. Next is our School of Media and Design. This one is very interesting and unique. We have many programs in here, including fashion design, graphic design, and interior design. So lots of creative students are in this school. Next, we have our School of Math, Science, and Engineering. This one has anything from, obviously, math, science, and engineering, but it also has meteorology, nutrition, stats, and a few other ones. Next is our HEB School of Business and Administration. This has a number of concentrations, anywhere from accounting, economics, general business, and international business. And lastly, our Isla Faye Miller School of Nursing and Health Professions, where we have quite a bit of majors in this school. Our main one that we get a lot of questions on is our nursing program. We have a BSN program and we are ranked number 7 in Texas. So we're making our way up to number 1. Aside from nursing, we have rehab sciences for students who want to go into professional programs like medical school, optometry, pharmacy, things like that. On top of those, we also have nuclear medicine science. We also have kinesiology and many more. Now, onto those professional schools that I was mentioning earlier, we have our Fike School of Pharmacy, School of Nursing and Health Professions, School of Optometry, our School of Osteopathic Medicine, and our School of Physical Therapy. So we are a quite large health hub for education here. Next is campus life. So it's not all about academics. We are obviously located in the 7th largest city in the country. So there are plenty of things to do here on campus as well as off of campus. Now, while we're talking about on campus, we have over 100 student organizations, including Greek Life, to join. And if none of those quite fit your hobbies, you can always create one and you will then be a founder of a club on campus. Now, aside from organizations, we have great support on campus, anywhere from health services to career services, as well as mentoring and our first year engagement office. Onto residence life, we have many dorms on campus available for freshmen and transfer students. Those are available in single and double rooms. And then campus dining, my favorite. We have lots of options for dining for on campus for our students. Whether you are living on campus or a commuter, they are available to you. UYW Athletics. So we are a D1 institution for sports. We are a member of the Southland Conference. We have over 20 teams within 14 sports, and we play the schools that are in the Texas state, so A&M Corpus, ACU, Lamar, those schools like that. We did really well in football and softball this year, so really proud of us. Now to talk about the nitty-gritty scholarships. So transfer students are automatically considered for academic scholarships as part of their application. So there's not a separate application for these scholarships. They do range between $10,000, $15,000, and $10,000, $12,000, and $15,000, and they are renewable every year for 4 years. On top of these, we do have additional ones. Those are departmental. So the art department has their own theater, ROTC, and chemistry. We also have the Phi Theta Kappa. So if you are part of PTK, all you need to do is send in your certificate and we'll go ahead and give you a $2,000 scholarship. And then lastly, the Alamo Colleges scholarship. So if your last 24 hours were from the Alamo Colleges and you have a 3.0, we'll give you an additional $2,000 scholarship, again, renewable for 4 years as well. Aside from our great scholarships, we also have FAFSA as well. So if FAFSA gives you grants, loans, or work study, we'll go ahead and apply that to your overall bill as well. We also have a large veteran and military center on campus. So if you have any questions on your benefits and things like that, feel free to reach out to them. Now, the application process, really all we need is your application via our website, Common App, or Apply Texas, and then just your college transcripts from all institutions that you've attended. It's pretty simple, and always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We are here for that reason. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with y'all.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, University of Incarnate Word. All right, we're going to hear now from St. Edward's University. Take it away whenever you are ready.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well and getting some great information. Let's see. I am not doing this correctly. There we go. All right. Well, my name is Tracy Canales. I'm a director of transfer admission with St. Edward's University. Really excited that everybody has this opportunity to kind of present and give you lots of great information. A little bit about what I'll be going over today is a little bit of information about St. Edward's, transfer credits, which is always important, the application requirements and deadlines, and some scholarship and financial aid information. A little bit of background about St. Edward's. We are ranked top 10 university in the Western region by US News and World Report. This is the 19th year in a row, which we're really excited about. Since 2008, our students have received more than 200 esteemed national and international awards, like Truman, Gilman, Pickering, and Boren fellowships and scholarships. We have over 75 Fulbright winners since 2008. And we're one of the top universities for veterans. For more than 30 years, St. Edward's has been one of the top Hispanic student serving institutions as well. We do have over 3,600 undergraduate students on our campus. About a fifth of that population make up our transfer students. So for being a small and private liberal arts university, that's pretty significant for a university our size. Next, about transferring credits. We do, there are many residency requirements with different universities, as you're probably finding out. We do accept up to 66 hours of community college credit and up to 90 hours from a university. We accept grades of C- or higher. We are also part of the Texas Common Core Complete curriculum. So for those of students that are completing the Texas core curriculum within the state of Texas, we do accept that as well. And then that way, all your gen ed will be satisfied, and then you're working towards your major requirements for your degree plan. Residency requirements as well, kind of just a little note. Students are required to finish their last 30 of 50 hours in residence, and at least half of their major upper division coursework at St. Edward's as well. We do also have transfer advising guides, because we do understand that, you know, looking at credits and transferability and things like that can get very overwhelming. So our campus partners have put together some very helpful transfer advising guides by major. This is one example of one of our newest majors that where the curriculum is fully online, called User Experience Design. All of our transfer advising guides are basically 2 pages. So the first page will outline all of your general education coursework requirements. Our general education are about 40 hours. And then the major courses will always be listed on the second page. This is a fairly short major where the user experience design degree is only about 36 hours. So it is still a full 120-hour degree plan for your bachelor's degree, but certainly the alignment of courses and things like that, especially with transferability, really help align your credits and help you to prepare to transfer, whether it be, you know, after a semester at your community college or university, all the way up to a year. The application requirements, we try to make it pretty simple. For transfer students, you're welcome to apply with less than 30 hours of college credit. We would still consider you a transfer student. So what we would require in that process is the transfer application. There is a 500-word admission essay requirement, and that admission essay will really give you an opportunity to talk about, you know, your collegiate experience thus far, your goals, and anything else you'd like the admission committee to consider during your admission review process. We do require official college transcripts from each one of your schools that you've attended. For those of you that do have less than 30 hours of college credit, we would also require your official high school transcript as well for further review. There is a $50 application fee requirement. However, and sometimes throughout the year, we will waive these fees. So if you are on our inquiry communication list, which my colleague Fernanda Garcia will also send out shortly closer to the end of my presentation, you're welcome to request more information as well on those opportunities. When you're ready to apply, we do offer several different applications to choose from to make it really just convenient and easy for those of you that already have transfer common application profile set up, or an Apply Texas profile set up, coalition even. It just makes it a little bit easier to apply, but we do offer 4 different ways to apply. All of these different applications will require the same criteria. So we accept our online St. Edward's application, the transfer common application, Apply Texas, and the coalition application. Each one of those will have an essay prompt where you can include your admission essay for further review. I've also included our application deadlines. We are currently accepting applications for our fall semester. Our priority application deadline is coming up. It's April 15th, but our final application deadline for the fall is July 1. We will also accept applications in the spring. Our application deadline for that will be November 15th of this year. The biggest difference between the priority and kind of final deadlines are the importance of timeframes and timelines on when to apply to get the most information for scholarships and financial assistance and things like that. We do have a number of scholarships available that you're automatically considered for. Over 90% of our transfer students are considered and receive scholarships and grants. Our highest award being our $20,000 Trustees Excellence Scholarship. If you are Phi Theta Kappa members, we do have an additional award of $2,500. We are also part of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Roll for the 4th year in a row as well. This is a little bit of our financial counseling team who you'll be paired with once you're admitted to the university. We also have 2 of our members, Valerie Quay and Dustin Knoll, to help our veterans who are needing assistance with benefits and things like that to align those processes. And then this is our transfer team. So we have 3 admission counselors dedicated to you as a transfer student. We have our contact information available. We are having in-person visits, virtual visits, phone call appointments and things like that, but we just want to connect with you, help answer your questions and help you throughout this process, even before you apply. So thank you so much for your assistance and time, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, St. Edward's University. A great way to wrap us up here. We are going to transition now to our Q&A portion of the event. That Q&A button is still live, but I'm actually going to ask all of our panelists to join me on video here. And we're going to use these last few minutes that we have in this session to get their expertise here. So if everyone wants to join me on video, we are going to go in the same order. And the first question that we're going to ask for you all to answer here is, what is one piece of advice that you would give someone going through the transfer admission process? We will have the University of Texas at Austin kick us off. Michelle, I don't know if anyone else can hear. I'm not.
Yeah,
able
we can't
to
hear you.
Hear me now?
Yes.
There we go. All right. So as you're entering this world of academia, my advice is going to be continue to exercise that way of research. So as you're becoming this researcher within your prospective program, be sure to research your prospective college, what the different opportunities are available, what type of community do you want to be a part of, you know, from your academic side to your student involvement, so that you can still be motivated. And also, as you have your, you know, sense of guidance, that you do reach out to your mentors, your teachers, anybody that knows you best, so they can best reflect you if you're going to provide those letters of recommendation.
My piece of advice is that you reach out to the schools that you're planning to transfer to, and just talk to them and do that as early as you can. If you have an idea, you're just starting out and you're like, well, I'm not going to transfer until another 1.5 years. Reach out anyway. Start that planning process early. Get that information from all the schools early so you make a better informed decision. And you're really focusing on your transfer coursework and seeing how it will transfer into every institution.
Yeah, I'm just going to build on what Ms. De La Fuente said. Definitely reach out to the institution that you plan to transfer to, and be transparent with your community college as well, that is what your plan is, because they're going to be the ones that can really help you make sure that you are actually enrolled in the correct courses. Many of us have transfer planning guides. Take that with you to your advising appointments. Make sure you're taking coursework that is going to transfer and apply to your degree plan.
Yeah, great. I kind of have the same thing. As a transfer student, when I was in college, I transferred to a university and didn't really look into what credits transferred, and I had to retake a bunch of courses. So super important to get in touch with your admissions counselor. Like we at UAW, we have articulation guides specifically for the Alamo colleges. So make sure you are talking to them, to both the community college and the university, to make sure that you're on the same page and that you want to transfer and you want to go into a specific degree.
I would kind of mirror the information given. I think it's really important to make connections. Oftentimes transfer students are a little nervous in reaching out to universities, but you can reach out to us from the semester after you start at your community college, all the way up to 2 years or more, just to kind of help develop your individual transfer plan. I think there's a lot of research that goes into the universities that you're looking to transfer to. Part of that is connecting, making connections with the university, narrowing down where you'd like to go to school, what area and location is important to you. If you're definitely making sure that your university has your major, but also what different opportunities are available. Looking at those transfer credits, the financial opportunities and scholarships, aligning your transfer credits, of course, but also visiting the different universities, because you can see from afar, but I think stepping foot on that campus that you're really looking into is really going to make an impact in your decision. So please reach out if you have questions.
Great advice, everyone. Thanks for sharing your expertise here. Our next question is going to take us back to your campuses. And I'm curious, what is one thing that you want transfer students to remember about each of your schools? We'll go ahead and go in the same order, starting again with the University of Texas at Austin.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, UTAustin is the #1 institution in the state of Texas. We're also a Tier 1 research institution. So whether if you have experience in research or if you don't, we have really exceptional programs that have faculty advisors that assist you along the way. And my favorite piece at UTAustin is that although we do have our 13 undergraduate colleges, each program has over a 90% success rate of students going into their career field or sub-career field, which is really exceptional for our students. Most importantly, the popular word is community. So whenever you come on our campus, we have a plethora of different opportunities for our students, from student internships, CA, GA, different opportunities that are available. And of course, again, we do have that Texas Advanced Commitment Program that was recently installed fall 2020. And so that is really going to assist our students that need that further assistance and guidance for financial support as well.
All right, I think the one thing I would like to say is that you're welcome on our campus. Sometimes transfer students don't feel as welcome. You're coming in a little bit later, sometimes a little bit older. And I want you to know that you're welcome on our campus. We have a lot of resources that are geared towards transfer students. Us as transfer specialists, like I mentioned, our Transfer and Transition Student Success Office that also helps prospective students with more in-depth academic advising and really helping you plan out for your future, even professional goals if you plan on going beyond your undergraduate, which we all hope that you do. And so really knowing that you have those resources available that are really targeted to the transfer population, because you do have unique needs and we want to make sure your unique needs are being met. And so that's one thing I would want you to remember about UTSA.
Yeah, I would say for Texas State University, the one thing I want you to remember is that we can almost always make a plan to get you to Texas State to finish up your bachelor's degree. We are on your side. We are a very transfer friendly institution. Like I said, we're top 14 in the nation for transfer students. And so if you need any help at all, making a plan or checking whether courses will transfer, or you want to learn more about having some of your occupational skills or your technical work kind of articulated at Texas State, definitely reach out to us to learn more about that OWLS program and that Bachelor's of Applied Arts and Sciences.
And so for UIW, one thing I want y'all to remember is that UIW can be affordable. I know when you think private school, you automatically think expensive. And while that is the case initially, we have so many scholarship opportunities for our students. And we also have a great financial aid office that helps you understand your FAFSA, helps you see if you can get any more grants or loans or work study opportunities. So don't be afraid to ask us, hey, what other scholarships can I apply for? What GPA do I need for this scholarship? How close am I to the next bracket? Things like that. So don't be afraid to ask for more help, ask for financial aid assistance, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help you across the board with anything that you have in regards to the admission process. Thank you.
And at St. Edward's, I would say, we are a nationally ranked university that's private. We are part of the Holy Cross tradition. We are personalized. We're a smaller environment where you have your individual academic success coaches, transfer counselors, faculty mentors, and things like that. But that one-on-one attention that you need. So please reach out and let us know how we can help.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again, everyone, for being here. Thank you to our panelists, as well as to everyone joined us or who caught this session on the recording. I just want to wrap us up here with a few final reminders, and that is that when you close your screen today, you're going to get a very quick 5-question survey. Any information that you can provide on today's event, we'll make sure that we're offering quality events for you in the future. Also, go back to that schedule because this event is continuing after this session, so you can go and find out what other sessions are taking place and join in there. And then last but not least, you can find the recording of this event and all the others at strivescan.com/Texas. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us and good luck in your transfer process. Bye-bye.